Oh, there he is. Hey, Steve.
Hey.
We have another person, but I can't find him.
Okay. I don't see anybody else.
Zeeb can't be here today, so hopefully everybody. Did you have any trouble getting in?
No.
Into the thing?
No, it's worked
Good.
well. Okay. Like this.
Good. Well, what have you been working on?
Yeah, we're this is our new setup. It's not finished yet, but it's to do some automatization with the camera. So it's you can program your movement of your camera in a Dragon.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah, I have a deal like that where you can move the camera down the thing. Yeah, I have a very small one. Yeah.
So no, yeah, it's not working yet, but
have y'all considered selling your oh, here's another person. Let me let her in there. Selling your stands, animation stands.
Yeah, we've been to some a company last week. They also were, it's like a communication bureau, and they were really enthusiastic about making more of them and selling them. But we're also still in the progress of finalization of the software, so it's a bit early now. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It will happen, I think.
Oops. There we go. Hey.
Hi.
Hey. So are we waiting for everyone to come?
Yeah, they're coming in a little at a time here. That's good. Yeah. You know, as far as your animation stands, there's a lot of museums in America that don't have anything like that. I mean, some have little animation stations, but they're not very well done. I think yours is the best I've seen. Now, there was a group out of Denmark, I think, that had one that looked kind of like a bubblegum machine type thing, but and they did a video and that sort of thing, but they never would answer my emails and stuff, because I was an art director at a science center, and I was putting in a whole exhibition, and they never would answer. They would write. I'd say, "How much is it?" And they'd write back and say, "We'll get back to you." They never did. They never got back to me.
Okay.
So, actually, in America, if someone could develop an exhibition, traveling exhibition, that would cost them about $50,000 for 3 months, that would really do well, because most exhibitions cost like $250,000. So, I mean, that's a price point that would get into a lot of them, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think what I'm saying is, I think they would easily purchase your concept.
Yeah, I saw. Was it you that showed me the museum, or did I see it somewhere else? I saw something in America from like an animation museum with some kind of installations, but I forgot what it was called.
Was it similar to yours?
I don't know.
He's developed a animation stand And they sell them in threes, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Or you're
Yeah.
going to sell them in three? It makes a little triangular shape, and students can do animation on their own.
Yeah, but there are three different like exercises. So that's why three. Yeah, so if that makes you can go around first to the one, the next, and then the next. That's the idea.
Have you got any classes going right now?
Yeah, yesterday at school. So and the holidays are all, we have a holiday coming, so then we'll do a whole week. Yeah. So for the is it Halloween holiday?
Oh, how y'all have time off for Halloween?
Yeah, we have 1 week, and then we do.
Y'all don't celebrate Thanksgiving like we do in America, right?
No.
Y'all have a celebration similar to that?
No, not really. Yeah, it's the 1st of November is some kind of Is it? I don't know what we remember, but it's a holiday.
Where did our compadres go?
I don't know.
I think they're presenting today.
Yeah.
I've been teaching a class on media, so right now they're doing documentaries. Hey, are y'all presenting today? It's a great picture.
Yeah.
All of my kids are doing individual documentaries. So
Okay.
some of them are on teams. They three or four member team. But it's so new to them that it's been a little challenge for them to understand the concepts of how to do it.
But it's really filming a documentary, or how do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
they
animation.
film a documentary, and then they have to do interviews, and they pick a subject like the history of the school or something like that.
Yeah.
Then they have to put it all together and shoot their own B-roll and make their own scripts and all that. They're always looking for a shortcut, and you know what happens when you have a shortcut? It's like moving this much every time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have a lot of kids complain that it's just so animation slow to do?
Well, no.
Okay.
Sometimes they try to do more photos, just so it's less times they have to move it. Not every time, but then they do. But it doesn't work, of course. The rest, it's,
Well, my daughter has this Zoom account, so we're not. I've got to sit for 2 hours. We go as long as we like.
Yeah.
So people can come and go as they will.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can. What time is it where you are?
Almost 4. So yeah, it's 3:30 in the afternoon.
It's 8:45 in the AM here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think one person that tuned in from Africa was up at 3 a.m. or something. One of the times.
Hmm.
How did you get interested in animation?
What?
How did you get interested in animation?
Oh, I did draw a lot. I drew a lot, and then I was back then. I also was interested in computers, and then I thought, okay, maybe I'll do some animation. That's and then I started studying animation, but I hadn't at that time. I didn't have like a clear image or something. When this is animation, I really want to do this, or something. It was more like, yeah, I like drawing, I like computers. Let's do this. But then, yeah, and now we're already some years further. So, yeah. So I did I started with doing like really the 3D animation and all that kind of stuff. But I quit it all, the computer stuff. So now I do yeah, I like stop motion and stuff much more, because it's
I'm just not very strong in math, and so I prefer the stop motion to 3D. And plus my background, it's more cartooning for years. And and for a long time, you had to shoot everything at 8mm or something like that. And so it just wasn't conducive to do animation. And so you just had to do what you do, flip books and things like that. Hey,
Hi there.
hey, how are you doing?
We are okay. Today we are in the different rooms because I tested positive to COVID yesterday.
Oh,
So I'm working, but I have to be in the far away
how do you
from
feel?
Jurga.
How do you
Jurga
feel?
is in the a little bit sick. My body hurts and my throat, my ears, all this. And yes, I'm a little bit tired, and but I'm here.
Oh, hope you feel better.
Jurga is already, yeah. So I don't know if there is anybody.
Is there anyone else
that
coming
comes to the
today?
meeting.
I don't know.
I don't know. Now y'all are presenting today, right? Are you presenting?
Yeah, I think it was us to present, and we can still do. I wondered if I just text on Signal to ask if still anyone is coming, or we should just start.
Yeah.
Well,
I might text then.
let me send a thing out to the vibe, whatever signal or whatever. Let's see. Somebody's writing here. Are you writing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can resend the invitation.
Oh, I just saw that actually some people told they couldn't make it today. So yeah, I just wondered if there's still anyone joining, or we should just start.
Sometimes they join a little later. It
Okay.
depends on where they are in the world. Let me turn around and resend the invitation just in case somebody missed it. Just a sec.
So
Right.
Steph, you have done your presentation already, right?
Yeah. But you, yeah,
Because we missed that, and
you
is
weren't.
there any recording that we could see?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't have it, so it's I think Tizip has it.
Because we tried to check the others, and we managed to see 2 presentations, and it was really interesting to. But yeah, I think there's just.
I was
one
the
record.
first, so
There was-
I think I did the first one. So,
Okay.
but I think it's recorded.
Okay,
but
okay.
I haven't watched myself, so I don't know where the recording is. Yeah. I can check. If maybe I'll check if they send me a.
Yeah, maybe I'll just need to check better the email.
Let's see if somebody, nope, nobody yet. All right. Okay. I sent another message and we can, I am recording it, but
Okay.
if you want to present today, you can, or if you want to hold off till November and do it, that'd be fine too. Just up to you. I mean, you get more feedback probably. You get more
Oh,
feedback.
I couldn't hear you because
I'm sorry.
something stopped. Maybe it was our internet. Sorry.
That's all right. You can present. I am recording it, but if you wanted to wait till you had more people so that you get more live feedback, we could do it maybe next month if you like. Is that really your decision?
Yeah, well, actually, for us, we're totally ready to present, and I think it's also as it's recorded, so the rest anyway can see it.
Yeah.
What was great for us to see the rest. But on the other side, it was also quite interesting to see like what happened after presentation, and I think it brings like a bit of discussion and everything. So I don't know if it's more. I don't know if you agree that maybe it's better to do it next time, because then we have a bit of discussion. It's not just that us presenting and that's it, but yeah, I mean, for me, the interesting part was what happened afterwards and people asking questions and then going to some other topic from what was presented. I don't know. Carla, I don't know if you agree.
Yeah. What do you think, Steph?
Yeah.
Carla,
Maybe-
you're without your microphone.
There.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm here with I'm changing places because of the internet signal is stronger in the office where is Jurga is now. Yeah, I agree with Jurga. Maybe we can do this with more, I think, next month or how you prefer. I think it's interesting is after the presentation is the communication that and the ideas and the things that I think it's better if we are more.
Yeah.
Where is your place at? Where are you in the world?
Portugal.
Portugal. Okay. And Steph, you're in Belgium?
Belgium.
Yeah. Okay.
And you, Alan?
I'm in Louisiana, USA. Let's go ahead and talk about when we could have the next meeting right now while we're kind of waiting on people. In America, we have Thanksgiving, which is a big deal, but that's the only day in November that we have anything. I don't know how it is in Portugal or Belgium, but what does your schedule look like in December?
December is a bit complicated.
No, I meant, did I say December? I meant November.
Yeah, November. Yeah, November, I think we could just, yeah, I just need to check some days, but the rest, I think it's fine. The Thanksgiving is when, Alan?
It's the 24th, but it's at the end of the month. So,
So somewhere maybe in the middle of the month, what do you think?
yeah, the 9th or the 16th.
Yeah, for me, it's I'll be at the Animani Festival starting from the 16th. So that will be complicated to do it from that place.
Is Wednesday a good day or is Tuesday better?
Yeah, I think Wednesday is better for me then.
What about you guys?
For us, it's Tuesday is a bit better, but it's still fine Wednesday.
Okay. Why don't we make it the 9th? November 9th. How's that look for you guys?
For us,
It's okay for me.
Yeah.
Okay, the same time, November the 9th. Let me write this down. I know December is pretty difficult. That's why I'd kind of like to meet early, like on the 9th in November, so that if we do have a meeting in December, it'd be toward the beginning of the month rather than the end of the month.
Yeah, good.
Because everything in America shuts down like on the 19th through New Year.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is with y'all, but
Yeah, here the same. I think beginning of the month is better.
so maybe we could do December early, like the 7th of December. Is that a pretty good day, the 7th of December?
That's okay. Yeah.
All right, let's shoot. What I can do is I can go ahead and set it up and let everybody know far in advance when the meeting is. So that maybe they could, we'll try to meet on the 9th of November and the 7th of December.
Yeah, maybe we could check also the dates with the rest as it's so few of us today. So then
I'll send out after this meeting today, I'll send out an immediate email and see how those dates look for the most people.
By the way, I found the recording from the presentation. Yeah, it was me and Al that did the first presentation. I found the recording. So
you did?
Yeah,
I didn't realize you already done all yours. Yeah, if you could send us.
Okay, what's your email or
Info.
Yeah, otherwise write it down. That's
Sorry.
If wait, if I can see it. That's
So it's the two of you presenting on the first one. Great.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Alan also has already
Yeah.
presented. We'll check that because it was really interesting to see the other two presentations that we've seen.
Okay. So, what? I send it.
Okay.
So
How did
yeah,
you
then
ladies get involved in animation? How did you ladies get involved in animation?
Carlos, you start because you're the first one here in Anilupa. I came later.
Well, I'm working here since 2000. So it will be 22 years now. And my first contact with animation was in the university, where I had this subject that was animation. So I had all the process of optical toys and the stop motion, and then we have this visit from one of the animation director, and that is Abi Feijó. I don't know if you already hear. So he went there with some, and Regina Pessoa. They went there and they show all the sets, and so then after that, this was the first year of the university. So after that, I was okay. I like this. I want this. And then I did a lot of things because at that time there was no there were no animation course or university. So I did a lot of things in different areas, like to explore the modulation, you know, to the clay and all. So I did I don't know how to say modelos tridimensionais, Jurga. Modulation.
3D models, maybe.
Yeah. So in ceramica and in orivesaria, how do you say? You know, wax models to the gold things, you know, rings and how do you call it? So I did different. I did this different training in this area. So and then there was this opportunity to come to Anilupa, and I started here. And after with the visits and doing the visits and doing a project that was for 2 years, I went to the north of Portugal, and we have this exhibition that was a moving exhibition with the optical toys, and so it's like our exhibition here, but it was moving from one land to another, and stay there for 1 month, so that all the schools of this area could come there and visit and do this. So what happened, it was that in these 2 years, these first 2 years that I worked here in Anilupa, so I went to with all this luggage of the exhibition, like some of them like this one.
Mm-hmm.
And but first we train, we get train to people from this land, so they can receive the students from school. So for 1 week, we give some training for people from these different lands. And then after this week of training course, the exhibition comes, we put all in the places, and then we replicate all these visits that we do here in this land. So was a hard, it was very interesting, but it was very, for 2 years we did a lot of miles, a lot of kilometers. And it was like with our house in the back to put all together and then finish this one. We had to take out everything and go traveling to another to the other part of Portugal, all in the north, in the other region, and give the training and put all together to the exhibition so that people can see, and all this area of the Portugal could see the work. In the interactive visits, we show the films, projected the films, because while I was with the other colleague doing this in some land, and the other colleague was Fernando, was doing films with the schools in the other 7 locations. So it was like we were in the north of Portugal. It's very small, I know, but we were in different places. So, and all the work was about the traditional and identity of these different local locations. So traditional stories, traditional things that is the identity of this. It was a very interesting project. We did this for 2 years. So then I stayed. After this project the finish, at the beginning I was just for doing this to coordinate with the others this project. So, but after that I stay here, and so it's almost 20 years later. I'm still here, and all this comes without thinking. When we do what we like, we go through through the path. It was this kind of experience. So this is my story. 22 years in January here.
Wow.
In the Lupa.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So in my case, I don't have actually any background in animation nor art background. I studied cultural management, and I was working in that field at the beginning, more like really on the organizational part, but always including like educational programs or something like more related to education in the events where I worked or organized. And then little by little, I realized that I am really way more up to education, to long-term programs, like not only giving people something that is good at the moment, but working in longer terms, and basically what art can do to people who don't have that much access to art culture and other fields of life. So through that, I ended up working in some festivals like Salisbury Arts Festival, in only for like outreach and educational programs, and then decided to study to have also like a formal background of that. That brought me to Portugal, because one part of my master's in adult education and local development was here in Porto. And in the meantime, like on my own, I always like drawing, although I never like did anything formal on that. And I discovered on my own stop motion. I just love that, and I would do that on my own, just like a small experience for a joke, for a present for someone instead of a postcard or something like that. And then I also, I don't know, like thinking now, I don't know how I dared at the time, but I did a bit of that with like not knowing how to do, but also with kids in one of the art centers I was working. So just like really experimenting. And then when I was in Porto and I mostly by accident discovered Danilupa, I was like completely amazed by the work they were doing. So I did kind of internship here at the time, and they then had to do a lot of efforts to stay here because it's a non-profit organization with limited resources. Even though they needed more people at the time, it wasn't easy just to take someone. So it took a while until I managed to stay, like looking also for funding on my own, proposing projects like training course that could be funded, etc. And then after that, like on the formal side like of animation, not like this very amateur thing, I learned everything here from Carla and Fernando. So at first it was like more integrating in those more short-term activities, like the interactive visits we have, like the optical toys workshops, like very small animation workshops. And at the same time, I was giving my hand in the long-term projects, so working together with Carla and Fernando. And yeah, a couple of years before I started working on my own with the groups and making films, and it's really great. I really love that. All those challenging, as we were saying like last time, we work with big groups in schools with like not really good conditions and everything, but then it pays off. I mean, sometimes it's like sleepless nights when it's the end of the year and the film has to be done because the kids are going away at the end of the year. So, but yeah, but then it pays off when you see their reaction and how they enjoy that, how much they learn and change. So yeah, I definitely see that in this case, it was animation, something that I had like interested in as a field itself, but more so like in this broader scape of as a way of learning, of sharing the experience. That more like from educational side as intervention, as bringing arts to kids, because it actually involves like a lot of things, like just so many fields in the process. So yeah, basically that's it. What about you all? As we haven't seen your presentation as well, like how was your path to where you are now?
Go ahead, Steph. Share with them your adventure.
Well, I studied animation, so after high school, I just studied animation because I like drawing. I just told and yeah, also liked computer stuff that in that time. So I went to study animation, and when I was studying, I focused mainly on computer animation and even 3D animation. But then after I studied, a friend of mine, I met someone that was having an organization called KidsCam, and they were making a stop motion animation with kids. So I started first helping there, and I stayed there. So and then 3 years ago we started Reker. After the other organization stopped, and now I'm still doing stop motion, and I'm doing it a lot. We're also more now. We did a lot of short, yeah, like in 1 week making a movie. So with a group, just yeah, like 3 to 5 days. And it's still something we do, but now we also have like installations and or like other stuff. And yeah, but maybe you'll have to, for all that, maybe you watch the presentation because then I have video and stuff about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Al, we were talking about the installations, and you said, I said, do you know that it's Animation Land? I remember now. Do you know that? It's a traveling museum, animation museum with lots of, and it's from Oregon.
Yeah. That's the one I was saying cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a big installation.
Yeah.
You have to have a large science center to do that. Yeah, the one from Oregon. Yeah, let me get something here. I'll show you. Here we just a second. Just a second. Things keep falling here. Anyway, as far as my background, I was telling Steph that I'm a cartoonist, and a publisher asked me to write a book on cartooning, and so I did this book, which you could get really inexpensively at eBay, and also some at Amazon. But I teach. It's a complete textbook on how to draw, how to do comic books, comic strips, animation, greeting cards, how to write jokes. It's a complete course, even caricatures, and there's a section on animation, but it's outdated because at that time the best thing you could get was a pencil test system, and that they use mostly for animatics. But and I would have, I'd talked to the publisher about redoing it, the book, but they sold out to another publishing company, so they're not doing textbooks anymore. But here's I don't know if you can see that. This is one of my newer books, Adventures of KK and Uni. And I like to synthesize my characters down as simple as possible. We could just draw them in a few strokes. And this is a book for children 1 to 6 years old. And then this is a Tales from the Bayou is a chapter book for older elementary school. And it's fully illustrated with a drawing on at least every other page and text. And then I write, these are some adventure books that I write for juveniles called Zaynan, and they have text and illustration on every page. So I taught cartooning. Then I was in this not public school, but summer courses, and I became a art director for a science museum for 15 years. And then while I was there, I developed an exhibition for animation. And then I left there and started teaching animation in public school through a thing called a talented arts program where kids tested in. And it wasn't based on academics. It was based purely on talent and aptitude. And so it wasn't a reward, it was a class they could take. And so I taught animation there for 8 years. And then I retired, and I've been doing I've been working on a film. This is the storyboards and the all that for the film, but it's called The Esteemed Priority. And I'm about 3/4 way shooting it. And currently, I came out of retirement to teach a class in media, so I'm teaching how to do documentaries right now. And we may do some animation in the next semester, but predominantly teaching them how to do a documentary in a professional manner. One more thing I'll show you. This is a feature documentary I did on Tarzan, and took the original Tarzan movie, which is a 1918 silent film, and re-edited it and put it in the right order, and got an orchestra to do a whole new, got to write, score, and perform a new orchestration for it, the original film, and then my documentaries in there too, to talk about how the movie was made. So that's, in a nutshell, that's me. If you go to my website, I have some films there you can look at and things like that, in the portfolio of art. But that's my background, and I'm sticking to it.
A lot of things.
It's a lot of fun. I'm retired, but artists never retire. They just erase. But that's my story.
In the class you're teaching, so it's like young people?
Yeah,
like
they're
not
high school age.
High school. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And they're shooting it with their cell phones, and they're using the school provided Macintosh computers for them, and so they're editing it in iMovie. And then they'll take their documentary and retool it into podcasts. And they'll also be making their movie posters and that sort of thing. We'll have a festival where we'll show all their films. So it was quite daunting for them to actually do it, you know. But as far as influences, I would say animation, the largest influence on me for animation has been Lotte Reiniger, who did the silhouette animation. And the film I'm doing now is all silhouette animation.
Mhm.
So what else is going on? What do y'all have coming up?
Steph, you mentioned you are going to Animani, right?
What's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a film festival, and we've got also 2 films there, but we can't make it this year.
I'll be
It's a
in the
pity. It's
jury.
actually for us. Oh, then there's an interest conflict right
I've also
now.
studied films, so I won't be judging my own films, I think, but or our films from record. But we also have 2 films selected.
You guys are all funded by nonprofits. How do you raise your money?
We have there's the film fund of the Belgian, the Flemish Film Fund also has a part for public. How do you call it in English? Public development or something. So for
I got you.
And so that's where we get most of our money from. It's
Wonderful.
Yeah.
We're a part of a bigger organization, which is also a nonprofit, but they're like, it's like a community center with a wide variety of activities. And Anilupa, which is part of this bigger organization, was born as just like one more activity. So this like main funding, like the functioning of organization is supported by this organization, which also has like the public funding, because also does some part of like social work with the local community. But then for our project to work with schools, we are always also looking for funding. And there's this our like town council program that like every year we try to get in for the animation part, because it's a program that allows for the schools, like primary schools, to get enrolled in art activities. So it's funded by the council, and they have not only art, actually science and yoga and philosophy and then other stuff and animation among those. So we always like try to get on that, and in this way we get paid, and then the schools get this activity for free. And we also look for our own funding. There's this like Cinema and Audiovisual Institute of like, they have fundings for filmmakers, etc., but they also have like fundings for like educational programs at school. So then we also try to get into that, and then again we provide these activities free for the schools that want to participate. So it's a lot of uncertainty actually. Every year sometimes we look for like different fundings, and if everything confirms, then we're like, with so much work it's hard to make it, but then we can't risk like not to look for them, because then it's not guaranteed that we get the funding. So it's like this another part that we shouldn't maybe be worried, and ideally just would be concentrated on doing what we're doing. But as we're a small team, it's just three of us, so it's kind of, yeah, we do a bit of everything. And this funding thing, yeah, it's working, but it's like continuous struggle, maybe a strong word, struggle, but yeah, not easy.
Does any of your funding come from individuals, people, just philanthropic people?
No.
So it's kind of grant based in a way. Yeah.
And like we have some activities that are, for example, paid, but it's like a very accessible price. Like that's our like the visits, or like the short workshops, or like we also have this, like if some private school wants an animation workshop, there is this possibility for them like to pay for it, but it's just like very small part of what we do, so it doesn't really make an impact on our budget.
Normally, for the workshops that we do, the optical toys, or the price is the money that we need to buy the materials. So it's only for the material. So that's why it's so symbolic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this project Anilupa starts with all the visits. The first years, it was in the first 10 years, it was all free. Didn't have any price. But now after those 10, 14 years, we needed to get some support for the materials, even to do the help me, Jurga, manutenção. Yeah, to do the maintenance of the interactive exhibition and the objects.
Mm-hmm.
So we need this price that is really symbolic price.
And still, if there's any organization that contact us and say like, we want to visit, or we want the short workshop, but we have no way to pay, we always arrange a way to make it free.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. America is so big and there's so many people doing it, it's very difficult to get funding for just about anything.
Mhm.
We don't have a, I mean, it's just so many people doing it. So I virtually have funded everything I've ever done, film wise and things like that myself. And
Mhm.
it's very difficult to raise money. Now, I did raise some money when I was teaching the class through the art program at Talented Arts. I raised some money locally because I wanted to buy the best camera I could and the best software and computers and hard drives and recording equipment so my kids would be able to work with professional grade stuff. And so in that case, I did raise money outside, but most of my other work, the film I'm doing now, I'm totally paying for it myself. So I can really appreciate your government's having a vision for that.
Yeah.
Our government, I don't know, I assume it's there, same there, but our government just seems like we get more and more people on the government payroll, which means they actually use tax funding less and less for people to use that are not staff. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Not with programs, but with personnel for politicians.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
but still, like, even though there is this possibility of funding, normally the amounts are so small that when I was saying that it's kind of a struggle, it is actually, like, so I've been in Analupa like for around 10 years, probably, no, a bit less, maybe, yeah, around 10 years. And when I came here, so like, even in terms of equipment, like Carla, you can tell, like, you bought your own computer to be able to work and things like that. And like, we still sometimes do it because we just want to get the thing done like in the best way. And like now we actually have like a bit of like kind of a decent equipment to work with, but it was a struggle to get to this point.
yeah, I think we all appreciate things more if there's a struggle attached. Yeah.
So Steph, if I understood, like, your organization is quite like a recent one, right? You were working in a different one, and then you like funded it like together with your colleagues.
Yeah, we started a new. Yeah, it was not completely out of choice. It was a bit because there was some. Yeah, I'm not going to go too much in details, but there were some problems with the organization before, and so we stopped there and we started something new. And now we have like 2 studios. We have one here in Antwerp, and then we have another one in an art center in Aalst, so, which is a city an hour away from here. So yeah, Flemish. We're not big, but so we have two studios. Yeah, and, it's and we have,
And how many people are you?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm the only one who has a regular pay, and then the rest are all freelance artists. So we're also working for us. But yeah, we try to do it as much as possible. So I try to make some some continuity so it becomes a real job, but it's not really because it's not something in between a fixed job, and that's what we try to accomplish. So we keep the people that are good. So, but now I'm actually writing a new dossier for the next year. So I hope to get a bit more. But, we'll see. Yeah, but we also have. I think we ask a little bit more than you do for for our activities, and we have like a social system too. So you can, if you're not able to pay it, you can have like a reduced system, which is only 25% of the normal amount. So that's a bit how we try to stay
To make it sustainable.
yeah, and to be there for everyone. So yeah, because that's what you want. But yeah, on the other hand, there is a push from the government to have more pay from the participants. So that's not all the money is coming from the government, but there's like a mix. So that's what they want, but it's not always easy. But it's so. And then we have our installations, which we rent out to like festivals and also libraries and stuff. So yeah, it gets that's a new thing we try to get some revenue from. But yeah, we started it during the COVID season, so yeah, it's not really at the point where we hope to be. But yeah, actually past months you see it's going to work. But yeah.
On your installations, the libraries and things like that, how often do you have to do maintenance on it?
Yeah, we rent it out for a few days and then it comes back, and we have spare parts. I think every time it comes back, we check it. We check it again. So yeah, but
well, I know we always had problems.
Not that
it's
breaking that
stuff. We had trouble with kids stealing things, objects and stuff, or
yeah. We have
play
to
up in the lens of the camera or something.
Yeah. We had sand over one. That's not good. Then with all the buttons were full of like this sand from like a sandbox that was next to it.
Oh,
so, yeah. Not good. Computers in sand, they don't work. And we had one also that child pierced with the scissors on the computer screen. Yeah.
Ooh.
But for the rest, it's only like things that are just getting older, and then we have to replace it. But it's not that often. No.
Wow. There's wear and tear.
Actually, I have to go because I have to get my kids at 5, and it's a short drive with my bike, so to get there. So I have to leave you.
Okay, well, thank you for coming.
I think we could wrap it up maybe for today.
Well, let's plan on you ladies presenting next in November on, we say the 9th?
Yeah, and then we'll check with everyone if that's it, right?
Yes, I'll do that as soon as we sign off here. I'll check.
Okay, I'm going to leave already. Okay, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Nope.
All right, Al. So thank you for leading this meeting.
You bet. And I'll send an email out right now, and also a thing on the signal to everyone and see if those dates look good.
All right. Thank you.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.